Hello everyone, Whitebox here with another game of Spirit Island. So, I'm to my second to last game in this series with Volcano, and I'm going to be taking on Scotland 6, pairing him with Keeper of the Forbidden Wilds, who I'll be using the Spreading Hostility aspect on. So I've played with this aspect once, I liked it. It does seem like a weaker version of Keeper, but it does seem interesting at least, so I'm going to give it another try and see how I can do. And Keeper, I'm pretty close to having all level 6 adversaries beaten with, so this is one of the few that I have left, one of the two that I don't have left. That I have left, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try and see if I can get a Scotland 6 win with both of these spirits. So with Volcano, I've got board B here, which conveniently enough has a mountain in land 2. So I'm going to try to take down the coastal cities right away and see if that works. So I'm starting with my presence in that mountain. I'm going to go ahead and do my initial explore here. And for the initial explorer, Scotland does not explore with towns, so that's why I added an explorer right there. One of the lands is already good, so that makes it easy. And yeah, so tricky thing here, I'm just going to have to remember Scotland's level 6 rule and how it works, so I'm going to pay attention to that and make sure that I do it correctly. And unlike the last game with Russia, I think I've got the deck order set up correctly here, so I should be good for that. Alright, so yeah, I should be good to get started. So let's go ahead and do my standard growth with Volcano, growing from top and bottom, getting 2 energy, and starting with a Rain of Ash. So same build that I've done every game so far. It seems pretty strong as an opening because it gives you some control, and yeah, it should be good. I don't have to worry about land 2 just yet, so I can go ahead and take it out next turn if I want to, but I can probably wait another turn after that. With Keeper, I'm not really sure what build patterns to do just yet with them. Definitely adding a presence, and the only place I can add it right now is going to be this land. I think I'm not going to worry about lands F2. It is going to cascade into the ocean when it blights, but I can clean up blight in both wetlands and jungle, so I can clean up both those blight eventually and try to focus on things elsewhere. Now I could just clean up that inland town. I can pocket some of this board. The way it worked out actually is not bad at all. So I think I'm going to try that. So I'm going to grow from, let's say, top, because I'm not going to go for a second card play just yet. And getting to this 4 energy, this 2 energy space I think is going to be important. So let's go top. I get an energy for that. And then my second growth is going to be Spreading Hostility. I'm going to move these 2 presents over here into F8, and then I'm going to do 1 damage at range 0, and because my presents count as Badlands, that's enough to kill that town. And thankfully, the way the build, or the way the initial explore went, I'm just kind of pocketing the inlands on this board. So I think that'll be pretty good. Now, against Scotland, it can be difficult to pocket because of the level 6 effect, exports fuel inward growth, but I'll see what I can do. So that's the pattern there. I get 1 energy for presence. And I'll probably just go Boon of Growing Power. Yeah. Or I can start adding in some wilds. That might be even better. Wilds on the coast are going to be really nice. Unfortunately, I moved away from the coast, but I can start pushing the Dahan over there, and that'll be strong, I think. So yeah, let's go with Sacrosanct Wilderness. So the earlier I start getting some wilds out, I think the better it's going to be. Okay, yep, that's that. So let's go into fast powers. So the only fast power that I have right now is going to be Sacrosanct Wilderness. So I'm going to push these 2 Dahan into the coast, stack them all up there so they can counterattack and fight back and do good things. And I'll add a wilds into f6. And adding wilds on the coast is going to be better eventually, so I can stop those towns from exploring. But for right now, I think that's okay. That's that. Then I am done with fast powers. I'm going to go to an event, flip it for timing, and go immediately into my builds. So they'll build there. And they'll build here. And unfortunately, this B8 is kind of far away from my volcano, so I can't really do anything about it. Fortunately, there's 2 Dahan there, so they are going to fight back and kill the town at least. Possibly I'll get an event that adds defense per Dahan, so I think it's okay to just leave that as is. Alright, so that was the build. Next is going to be the Explore. They're going to explore into Sands, so I get 2 town explorers. This one is pocketed, so I get to avoid that and come down this way. Alright, and that's that. Next I come to slow powers, so let's do a Rain of Ash. I think I'll push this town into here, because I'll probably do an eruption and wipe that out. I get 2 fear for that. And I'll push these 2 to Han over this way, because Keeper can control the Dahan pretty well. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. Now I will still build there, but at least they'll build a... Well, maybe. I might be able to kill both cities, so I can probably stop the build in that coastal town early. That might be a good reason to kill those cities next turn. So let's go ahead and discard cards and go back to growth. Maybe I should have given an extra card over to Volcano instead of adding the wilds there, but I don't know. I think it'll be okay. Alright. Three. So gain 2 energy. Gain a power card. I am going to gain a minor just for right now. But in Scotland, usually major strategies are okay. They tend to have some built-up lands. So Quicken the Earth struggles, very good with this spirit. Hazard Spread is also quite good. If I can duplicate a Badlands, that would be great. And it's free, so I think I like Hazard Spread more than Quicken the Earth struggles right now. And the other 2 are fine cards, but I'm going to stick with being a Volcano and going for Earth Fire cards. Growing from bottom. And I'm going to play, and I get 2 energy. I think I'll be able to clear out a lot of this island if I do Pyroclastic Bombardment and Hazard Spread across the island. Do I even need Pyroclastic Bombardment, though? Maybe just a Volcanic Eruption would be enough. Let's see. How much health do these guys have? 3. So if I do a 3-stack Eruption here, it'll be 4 damage, which is not enough to kill both cities. So I might need to do a Pyroclastic Bombardment here, kill both cities, and then I should be on a really good pace in this game with Volcano. So yeah, that's going to be my start. It's a bit of a commitment, but I think it's worth it against Scotland. If you can kill those 2 cities on turn 2, there are not a lot of spirits that can do that, but if you can, it's definitely worth it. So that's that. With Keeper, a little trickier. I definitely want to add presence. I think I'm going to stick with going from top just to unlock that 2 energy spot early, and now I can start going bottom next turn. Let's go over there. Get 1 energy for that presence spot. I think I won't get the damage, so I might get a power card this turn instead, and I can move my presence around next turn. So let's gain a power card. Gaining a minor. I'm not going to have much energy for majors this game, not for a while anyway. Encompassing Ward, not super useful. Flow Down River, Blow Down Wind is not bad. Fire in the Sky is usually pretty good. But free cards are going to be good. I'm going to need to stockpile some energy here. This one does have plant. So I think I do like... oh, and actually I did have... Oh yeah, I forgot Spreading Wilds last turn. So I did have that at the first and second level. So I could have added a Wilds to one of these lands. And one of these lands, actually. I think I would have done it right there. And with that in mind, with the Wilds being here, I would have put my presence there instead, because it gets me a little bit closer to things. Alright. Yeah, let's stick with one card play then. Actually, I've got cheap cards. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Blowdown River, or Flowdown River, Blowdown Wind. I think it's gonna be a nice card this game. I'll always have Sacred Sites as well with Keeper, so that's not bad at all. Let's see, one card play, so I think that's okay. So I get 2 energy. And I'm going to play Boon of Growing Power. Okay, those are my cards, so let's get straight into fast powers. Hazard Spread, I'm going to add a Badlands into B4, so that's pretty good. Then I'm going to use Pyroclastic Bombardment into B2, so that's going to be 1 damage to each of these cities, plus an extra damage to one of them. And then I'm going to do a 3-stack Eruption. So that does collapses in a pile of steam, so I do 4 damage here, which is enough to kill both cities, 4 fear. And 4 damage here to kill both towns, for 2 more fear. And that is kind of an insane opening, actually, just to get that. So yeah, so now there are no cities on Volcano's board already. That's crazy. And I've got a fear card. Turn 2, this seems like a solid matchup, at least if the mountain is land B2. That's crazy. So yeah, let's go into the invader phase. So we've got an event. Stage 2, so fortification. After advancing invader cards, invaders build in one terrain not shown under any invader action. Beasts attack, each beast deals 2 damage. That's great. And then Coming of Age, on each board add 1 Dahan to a mountain or sands with Dahan. So let's go there, and I'll keep stacking up in F1. Okay, and Fear card. Each player adds 1 Strife in a land with Blight. Well, that's going to be a double Strife stack here, I guess. That's the only place I can do it. It's with Struggles over Farmland. I think that's one of the new ones. Alright, then we get to the Ravage, so they're going to Ravage in jungles here. Nothing happens. This one does successfully Ravage. 1 Dahan will die, another takes a damage. The remaining 1 will fight back and kill that town. This one is going to Ravage as well, and because of Scotland 5, that is going to Blight the ocean. After Ravage action adds Blight to a coastal land, add 1 Blight to that board's ocean without cascading. Treat the ocean as a coastal wetland for this rule and for Blight removal or movement. So that'll be okay, because I'll be able to remove some of that with Keeper coming up soon. Alright, Scotland 6. Exports fuel inward growth. After the Ravage step, add 1 town to each inland land that matches a Ravage card and is within 1 range of a town or city. And that part's important, because this card is not within 1 range of a town or city, so it doesn't happen here. This one does, unfortunately, and this one does as well. But that's okay, because I can kill that town pretty easily. Alright, now we go to the build. So they're going to build in sands. We do get a coastal city. A little scary, but I will figure out how to deal with that soon. Well, Dahan will deal with it if I don't. I'll just have to remove the blight eventually. Alright. And then no builds on Scotland's board, or on Volcano's board. Oh, and that's dangerous. So build in jungle, so I'm going to have to remove blight quickly here. So we get explorers in jungles. No explore here, but they will explore here, and that's a little dangerous too. I'll probably have to start building a new volcano over here in B7. Okay. Escalation as well, so on the single board with the most coastal, then I add one town to the endlands with the fewest towns. So let's go with here and here. Okay. So that's that. Now I'm going to go to slow powers. So powered by the furnace of the earth, it's going to build up my volcano again. You can see that stat growing and growing. It'll take a while to get back to where it was. Over on Keeper's board, I have Boon of Growing Power, so I'm going to give a volcano a power card. Could gain a major with that. But I can gain a major with my growth next. Well, it might be helpful to know which major I have so that I can choose a minor that pairs with it well. So yeah, why not? I'll go ahead and gain a major, see if I get something good. I gave the 1 energy to Volcano for that. I've got Storm Swath, that's quite good. Just need a water card really, and I can hit that threshold very easily. Cast Down in the Briny Deep is fun. Tiger's Hunting is a great card, but I cannot play it on Volcano, unfortunately. Briny Deep is not bad, but I mean, I guess I could just sink this board if I hit the threshold and win pretty fast. But getting all the elements that I need is not going to be easy. So I'm between Storm Swath and Bloodrack Plague. I think I like Storm Swath more. And eventually it'll help me deal with those lands. So yeah, let's take Storm Swath. I think it's a good card. I'll just forget maybe Hazard Spread or Rain of Ash. I never seem to use Rain of Ash much after the opening turn. I probably should. I think it's a good card. But I think I'll forget Rain of Ash from discard. Because Hazard Spread is going to be nice with all the bad lands. Okay, yeah, so I've got Storm Swath. I'm not going to spend the energy to gain a power card here. I'm going to save it a little bit. And I do still have Spreading Wilds. So let's use that. I don't have a great target for it, really. So I'm just going to be adding a Wilds at a range 1. I'll throw Wilds in there. Okay, discard cards and go back to growth. Alright, so with Keeper, I want to stop them from building a city there. So I'm going to be adding a presence again. I'm going to go from bottom so I can unlock that second card play. Let's go in there. Starting to stack up my my sacred sites. And I think I will use the Implacable and Spreading Enmity. So I'm going to do 1 damage here. And destroy this town. I also get to move presence, so let's move over yonder. And I'm gonna hit a Blighted Island card this turn, most likely, unless I can get a lot of Fawn defense there. It's possible, so that might save me. But I'm not too worried about it. I really just need to get rid of that plate. So stopping Cascades will be good. This one, also an issue. But one that I can't really deal with. That's gonna be Volcano's problem. Alright, so this healed. Alright, so those were my growth options. I get 2 more energy, so I'm starting to get some good energy. And I do have the damage here that I can probably start hitting these innates. I also made a sacred site here so I can push these Dahan out. And let's push them. I'm going to have to do something else about that land. Actually, I could push them over here. That might be fine. Let's do that. Maybe I'll get a defense on Volcano or something. Okay, with Volcano, I'm doing a growth 3. I'm going to go from bottom, adding over yonder. Let's take a minor power. Gift of Constancy is a great one, of course. Drought is maybe okay here. I don't know. 1 damage per Dahan. Pact of the Droid Hunt's not going to be enough damage. Yeah, I think really Gift of Constancy is the best one here. Drought's not bad. But it's just gonna cascade there, and it's not gonna do enough to destroy a city. So I'm gonna take Gift of Constancy. I have 3 card plays, so there's no reason not to use it. So let's get my 2 energy, plus 2 from presence. I don't think that any of those cards there would have let me Threshold Storm Swath. Do I have any water air? No water air, so yeah, nothing doing. But Storm Swath's going to be okay this turn, because I'll be able to clear out a lot of stuff there. Except that, well, it's slow, so I'll be able to make a Sacred Site here and target that land, so that'll be fine. Okay, so let's do Storm Swath, so I can start dealing with B8. Gift of Constancy, because it's fantastic and free. And I could do either Lava Flows or Exaltation of Molten Stone here. I think I like Lava Flows because getting Badlands here is going to up the damage on Storm Swath and make it easier to deal with stuff there. So I'll make my nuke a little bit better. Okay. So that's that. As far as card plays on Keeper, I've got 2. I don't have a lot of energy. I do have 5. I'm definitely regrowing from roots. And I don't think... Yeah, I can get away with... Well, maybe I do Towering Wrath here, actually. I can kill one of those cities, which is not bad. Yeah, I've got the energy for it, so let's go with it. In this way, I'll hit the first level of Punish Those Who Trespass, so I can kill this town if I need to, or if they get another town somewhere else, I can do that. I also have one in here, thanks to Exports Fuel Inward Growth, but there's nothing I can do to stop that. So yeah, I'll do Towering Wrath and figure out where I want to use it. It's going to be a good turn for it, I think. Okay. So going into fast powers, Gift of Constancy is going over to Keeper. So 2 energy, and it can reclaim a power card at the end of the turn. And Volcano will be able to reclaim as well. Not doing an eruption. So that's it. So let's go to an event. I've got Well-Prepared Explorers. For the rest of this turn, Explorers, oh, that's tough. Have +1 health. Actually, I think that's alright. It'll be fine. Alright. Then we've got Beast Prowl. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present. So I get 1. It moves to an adjacent land if not. Let's go in here. Coming of Age, again. On each board, add 1 Dahan to an inland land with Dahan. So I've only got that one, actually. And let's go here, just in case something happens. Okay, going into the invader phase, they're going to ravage in sands. So we will get a Blighted Island card very early on. Let's see, they're doing 5 damage, so 2 of these to Han will die. And let's see what we get. So all things weaken. Ooh. Ongoing, starting next turn, invaders and Han have -1 health. I don't love that. The land takes 1 less damage. And 1 less damage, okay. When you add Blight, it destroys all presence and beasts in that land, and 1 presence in an adjacent land. This is a terrible one. Why is this? Oh, invaders have -1 health. Ooh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Starting next turn. Okay. Might not be bad, actually. I wish it was this turn. But, yeah, that could be okay. Could be terrible. But I think I have enough offense from these 2 spirits that it'll be alright. Assuming I can stop these ravages from happening, since I've already let too many go through. Alright, so those were the ravages and sands. We're going to get a bunch of towns from the exports fuel inward growth. And then build in jungle. Okay. And then explore into mountains with the escalation, which is still going on to Keeper's board. So let's go. Well, I can deal with that one, so let's go here. Okay, I think that's it. So let's go to the slow powers. Lava flows. So I think I want the Badlands and the Wilds. Storm Swath's going in here. It's going to do 2 fear. I'm just going to target this land twice, actually. So in both... I can't do that land twice. I can only do it once. Shoot. That hurts. Alright, well, let's do Powered by the Furnace of the Earth first, so I can get an extra presence. I messed up. Oh no, I can make the origin land this land. It doesn't have to be my sacred site, so... no, it does. That's what the origin land is. Yeah. Huh. So unfortunately, the explorers have +1 health this turn, so that makes this very difficult. Yeah, so not actually very good. Okay, well, let's add Badlands. Badlands and a Wilds in here. And then I'll use Storm Swath on this land, so it's 2 fear. And both the origin land and target land, 1 damage to each. I can at least use that to kill the town with the extra damage. That's all I'm getting from Storm Swath, though. That's not very good. It'll be better in future turns, especially now that I've got All Things Weaken. That card's going to be amazing. Once I can threshold it, it's gonna clean up a lot. So I'll have to do something about B8 next turn. Okay, over on Keeper, let's go with Regrow from the Roots. I'm gonna clean up this Blight. And I need to stop this so that I'll be able to clean up that Blight in the ocean coming up soon. So I think Towering Wrath, I'm going to push into this land. It's going to do 2 fear. And I have 2 sacred sites adjacent to that land, so I can do 4 damage and kill a city for 2 more fear. But that's it. Yeah, I can't kill the explorers right now because they have extra health. Once All Things Weaken comes into effect next turn, it'll be easier to deal with, but also I have to worry about Blight coming through, so... yeah, a little scary. I think if I can make it through the Ravage next turn, the slow phase, I'll be able to clean up a lot of this map. Alright, and I do have Punish Those Who Trespass. So let's go with... this mountain. And again, cannot kill the Explorer because of well-prepared Explorers. Huh. Alright, that's that. So slow powers, I do have Spreading Wild still as well. So I can push... let's see, do I have extra range? I don't. So I can just add a wilds into this land. Start getting wilds on the coast is pretty strong. So that's that. I could also do it here. That's alright. Okay, discard cards and go back to growth. Potentially taking a lot of blight this turn, which I don't love, so I'm gonna have to figure something out about that. I do get to reclaim a card on each spirit, so let's reclaim... I guess Storm Swath. I might be reclaiming though, because I think I'm going to need to do a Pyroclast Bombardment. Maybe not. Maybe I can do an Eruption there instead. But I need an Eruption for B4. Huh. That's tough. Okay, well, I'll discard stuff and then figure it out. So what do I want to reclaim? I'm reclaiming Storm Swath. I'm reclaiming Rego from Roots. Oh, also these Dahan will fight back. Forgot about that. And destroy the town and the city for 3 fear. So I am very close to another fear card. That should be good. Alright, so tough decisions here. Add 2 presents. Now I can let this blight. That one I'm not too worried about. It's more the coast that is an issue. Well, if I can get in there and somehow stop that from blighting, that is the ideal situation, but I don't know that I can. I might have enough energy that taking a major here is okay. So I'm going to have 5, possibly 6. So let's go for it. I'm going to gain a power card and gain a major. And I got Indomitable Claim. That would do it. So that might be what I need to take. See, I'm not taking Volcanic Eruption or Wounded Wilds. Where did the minor end up here? So I'm between, let's see, Indomitable Claim is generically very, very good. A little overpowered, so that's probably going to be the pick. Let's see, Exaltation of the Incandescent Sky I can't afford, so yeah, I can't even do that. That's a cool threshold though, and any 4 lands on the island skip 1 invader action total, 5 fear. That's awesome. That's hard to threshold though. Huh, that's cool. Yeah, that would be a fun card, but I cannot afford it, so. Let's forget Sacrosanct Wilderness from discard. So I've got Indomitable Claim. And with that, way to go. So yeah, let's go Spreading Hostility. I can move presence. I don't know that I want to. I think I'm okay where I am. Yeah, I'm fine where I am. So I'm going to use the +1 or the damage at range right here to do 1 damage. That gets me the extra fear that I need for this. Close to thresholding Indomitable Flame. Can't quite do it, but that's fine. I can also move presence afterwards, so let's move. It really depends on where I want to use Punish Those Who Trespass in the slow phase. I think staying here so I can use it in that land is good, but I could move these guys out of this land. I don't know. They are going to build a town here because of, or add a town here because of exports fuel inward growth. So maybe I'll just stay in this land. Yeah, I think I'm fine where I am. Yeah, that's fine. I get 2 energy. I'm playing Indomitable Claim. And I think regrow from roots. Start cleaning up the coastal blight, or the ocean blight. Because I can't use that once they start getting 3 blight there, so I need to clean it up now, just in case I let extra ravages go through in the future. So I think that's the way to go. It does use all my energy, but that's fine. Okay. I won't have Punish Those Who Trespass. That's okay. Alright, so that's that. Now with Volcano, I do need to do something about both those lands. If they cascade, it's not the end of the world, but I'd prefer to stop them if I can. And I could do an eruption into B8 and clean that out. I don't want to reclaim, but I might have to. So I reclaim, I can do Hazard Spread and Pyroclastic Flow, but I won't have a big eruption, so it's a little bit tricky. Or I can go adding 2 presents so I have a bigger eruption. I'll destroy a bunch of Dahan doing this, but that's okay. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So yeah, let's go for growth 2. I'm going to go from top and bottom. So I can unlock that extra earth, which I need in the slow phase. And I'll play Storm Swath and Exaltation of Molten Stone. I have just enough energy for this. So. Okay, I'll get a bunch of fear this turn, so I'll have 3 fear cards. They will be Terra level 1, but I think that's alright. Okay, let's go into fast powers. So fast powers, I've got an Indomitable Claim. I'm going to go from bottom and go into this land. It is defended 20. Then Exaltation of Molten Stone. I have 3 fire, so I get 3 energy for that. I'm going to send 2 of it over to Keeper and keep 1 for Volcano. Keeper has an extra range from its mountains, which is good. Then an Explosive Eruption. I'm going to do a full 4-stack Eruption here with 3/3. So that's going to do 5 damage into this land, thanks to the Badlands. It will kill all the Dahan, which is sad. But it's 2 fear for the city. Actually, I don't know. Cities and towns in Dahan have -1 health, so I don't have to do a full 4-stack Eruption. Instead, I could do a 2-stack? Let's see. There's a city there. I can keep 1 presence there. But I want the 4 because I want the extra fear, so that's fine. And actually, a Keeper can kill cities now if it's got a Sacred Site with its 1 damage, which is going to be really cool. So yeah, that Spreading Hostility is gonna be really nice. Okay, I also get 4 fear for the Explosive Eruption, just straight up. So I did Exaltation, did Explosive Eruption. I'm gonna hope that my Fear cards or event can stop the Ravage in B4. But even if not, that's not the end of the game. And I think that's it. So let's go to an event. Nope, we've got the center crumbles on each board. I think I have to let that go through. Yeah, because I don't have enough presence to destroy on that board, so let's add a blade up here. This board, I'll add a blade as well. I'll be able to remove it, so that's fine. Okay, invaders do not ravage in lands with disease or strife, and drive off the interlopers. Each player may push one explorer or town from a land with Dahan. That's great. That saves this land from doing bad things. Let's go in here, because I'm going to wipe out that land anyway. Okay, 2 fear cards, terror level 1 still. So, unsettled. On each board, choose a land with Beast, Strife, or Dahan. Downgrade 1 town or city there. I think I haven't gotten that fear card yet. It's one of the new ones as well. So let's downgrade... Huh, that's a good one. Let's downgrade this town. And I'll downgrade this town as well. Or I could do this one. Let's see. Jungle could come up again. So yeah, let's do this one. Although they're gonna... Oh no, that'll stop them from fueling growth inward with that jungle, so that's good. Alright, cool. So unsettled. Yeah, nice one. Distracted by local troubles. On each board in a land matching a Ravage card, 1 damage. And invaders have -1 health. So I can do 1 damage here and destroy that town. And then there's no invaders in that one. So. Okay, so I didn't get that second fear card, but that's okay. It'll be a matter next turn. Now we've got the exports fueling inward growth, which is going to add 2 towns. Here and here. Does not add 1 here because there's no adjacent town or city. Build in mountains. And we've got that early stage 3 card, which is going to be mountains and jungle. Yep, jungle came up again. We're there. Got a bunch of towns here, but they are all going to die, so that actually works out perfectly for me. And those will all die as well. Nice. Yeah, all things weaken with Storm Swath is going to be just unbelievably good. So that. Got that. Okay, no escalation, and I think the next one that comes up is Coastal. So they are going to get that Coastal card next, so if I can start clearing coast out, that'll be great. Let's go to Slow Powers. So regrow from roots. I'm going to remove this blight from that Coastal ocean, not Coastal Ocean. I've got... I don't have Punish Those Who Trespass. I do have the first 2 levels still of Spreading Wild, so let's add a wild. And push that Explorer. I'll push him over here. I wish I had Storm Swath thresholded, but not quite there yet. So I can clear out either B4 or F4 with Storm Swath. Man, that's a tough choice. Let's see, they're gonna get the exports feeling growth even after they ravage, so they'll add towns and then build as well, so a little bit scary. So yeah, I think I will try to clear out the mountains. So let's push that guy in here. Then I'm going to do Powered by the Furnace of the Earth, so I get an extra stack up there. And Storm Swath has an extra range thanks to my 3 stack, so I'm going to target both of these mountains. It does 2 fear. And then in both Origin and Target Land, 1 damage to each invader, which is enough to kill everything thanks to the Blighted Island card. So that's 4 more fear from killing all those towns. Pretty good. Pretty good. Mic. I think my mic is still cutting out. Okay, occasionally. Might be the USB port it's in. Let me, once I finish up this turn, I'll swap it around and see if that works better. Okay. So I did Spreading Wilds. I don't have Punish Those Who Trespass. I did Powered by the Furnace of the Earth and Storm Swath, so I'm good. I'm going to clean up and then go back to growth. Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. Seems to be okay. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully this mic stops cutting out now that I've moved it to a new port. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Alright, so this next turn shouldn't be too dangerous. My mountains are good, except for this one here, so I'll have to do something about that dude. But as far as other ravages go, I'm pretty clean. So big thing will be setting up for the next turn where it will be a little scarier. They're going to have a bunch of ravages coming up. So, doing a reclaim with Volcano, gaining a minor. I'm going to try to get something that can threshold Storm Swath, because that card is going to be able to solve 3 lands at once, combined with All Things Weaken. So yeah, if I can get that card powered up a little bit, that'll be great. So, Shore Seas with Hatred might do it. I need probably more air. So maybe Land of Haunts and Embers, but I need water too. I do have an air, so as long as I play one other air card, which I do have 2 of, that's okay. So I think I like Shore Seas with Hatred. Pretty good against Scotland anyway. Let's take that. I've only got 2 card plays, so I can't threshold Storm Swath just yet, so I'm going to save it. If I could this turn, I would, but unfortunately I cannot. Although I could combine it with Gift of Constancy so I can play it 2 turns in a row. That might be the way to go. Do have to do something about that guy. I don't want to rely on a fear card to take him out. It's a little scary. So, but I don't want to use like a Pyroclastic Bombardment just on that person. I can add a Beast there. That increases the likelihood that something will take him out. But maybe I'll just rely on Keeper to solve that land. Yeah, we'll see. Get 2 more energy for presence as well. And I will play Storm Swath. And see if I can have something deal with B7. Even if it cascades, it's again not the end of the world, but I'd prefer to stop that if I can. Okay, over on Keeper. Keeper's probably going to have to reclaim as well. But that's not the worst thing. I get an energy for it. Get rid of those. Can always defend that coast, so that's fine. I could use Keeper to defend B7 with Indomitable Claim. It's a little silly defending 20 in that land for 1 damage, but it gets more presence on the board, so that's not too bad. Yeah, actually that should be okay. So let's do that. I'm gonna do a growth 4. I'm gonna move these 2 presents in here. Push out these 2 to Han. Let's push them over to Keeper's board because I can do more with them, I think. Although keeping them here might be helpful. So yeah, let's go there. Then I get to do 1 damage with Badlands here. I can clear this land out. That's a fear. And I've got 2 card plays, so let's do Indomitable Claim, which is, I think, almost all of my energy. But that'll unlock 3 card plays for next turn, so it's definitely worth it. Especially I can just reclaim it with Gift of Constancy. And let's see, Towering Wrath's not going to do much here. So I'll probably save Indomitable Claim so I can use it again in this land next turn. Indomitable Wrath could be good here. Towering Wrath, that is, but I can't afford it, so that's fine. So maybe just keep removing Blight. Yeah, I'll just regrow from roots. Okay. Alright, so a bit of a stalling turn, but I think that's okay. And Storm Swath is not really stalling anyway. It's going to kill a lot of stuff. Alright, let's go into the fast powers. So fast powers here, I'm using Gift of Constancy over on Keeper, so I can get 2 more energy. And reclaim a card at the end of the turn. Indomitable Claim, going from bottom into this land to defend at 20. No need for an Explosive Eruption, so I'm saving that. And those are my fast powers. So let's go into the Invader phase. Event card. You know, I still am not getting the element choice cards. That's weird in this series. I don't think I've seen a single one. And the odds of that must be extremely low. But I'm in Tower level 1 still, so Investigation of Dangers. On each board, add 1 Explorer to a lane without invaders or Dahan. I don't love that. Because that has to go here. Man, that's bad. That's real bad. Well, let's see what the fear card does. Yeah, that's really bad here too. Man. Okay, that's a rough one. Alright, Prey on the Unwary. Each beast destroys 1 explorer. And Rouse the Spirits. Each spirit with at least 3 Dahan among its lands may use a slow power now. So yeah, neither spirit does. Hopefully I get to remove an explorer So we've got Restlessness. Each player pushes up to one explorer or town from a land not matching a build card. Yeah, it doesn't help. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, so let's go... I could just stack up there. Yeah, I'll stop the build. I think that's better. Yeah, there's not a really great place actually. I guess I'll stack up closer to the to my volcano. That's a little bit better. But that's it. Let's see, they're going to be building there anyway and getting a bunch of towns. Maybe it's worth it to storm swap there. No, I don't think it is. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want them... Well, they're going to build a city there anyway, so yeah, let's just push this guy in here. It's fine. Okay, that's that. They're going to Ravage, and they will blight an F6 thanks to the Fear card, or the Blighted Island card, which also means that it destroys this presence. So that's annoying. No longer have a Sacred Site there. Alright, that was the only Ravage that went through, though. Now we get the Exports Fueling Growth, which does mean that's something to worry about. And we build in jungles and mountains. Those mountains suddenly become a lot more scary. And then we get the Explore Coastal. Town Explore in here, just to remove the wilds. Stack up there. No, actually. Okay, that's that. And now we go to slow powers. So slow powers here, I have a couple. Let's use Power by the Furnace of the Earth to add a presence into this land. Storm Swath, so I've got extra range with that. So let's go ahead and target... Yeah, lots of lands I have to deal with, man. Target this land though, so I'll do 1 damage to each of these invaders. 2 fear, gets me a fear card, plus 2 fear for the card itself. It's not going to kill the city, so I'm just going to leave that at full health because I'll deal with it next turn. This one dies as well, so extra fear. I think that's all I can do. Let's regrow from roots. I'm going to remove this Ocean Blight again. Yep, that's all I can do. And I do have Spreading Wilds, so I have the 2nd level. I can add a wild somewhere. Let's still add it to the coast. And I think that's it. So I'm going to discard cards. I'm going to reclaim Indomitable Claim, of course. Discard Regrow from Roots. I'm going to reclaim Storm Swath. discard Gift of Constancy, and we go to the next turn. That extra Ravage here really messed me up, and an extra build, really. That was not great. Yeah, that was tough. So those mountains are looking pretty hairy. If I can stop one, that would be great. I might have to just let them ravage here, so I can stop one of the mountains instead, because I think those are actually worse. I wonder... So the wording on All Things Weaken is when you add Blight, it destroys all presence and beasts in that land, and one presence in an adjacent land. I wonder if that means you, like, spirit powers, or you, like, whenever Blight gets added. I'm gonna double check that real quick. I think it's just when Blight is added, so that's kind of the way I was taking it. So, yeah, we'll still go with that. Alright, so do I gain a power card, or do I add presence and just try to... deal with all these lands? So I can stop one. Let's do Spreading Hostility first. So I'm going to move this presence here. I'm going to move this presence here. And I'm going to do 1 damage here, which is 2 thanks to the Badlands, which kills the city because it's only got 2 health. I'm 1 fear card away from Terror level 2, so if I can push that, that would be great. Killing cities in the growth phase is great, by the way. Alright, and I only can stop 1 of those ravages. Actually, I do have Power Class Bombardment, so that'll stop 1, because I can kill pretty much everything with that. So I can stop both of these ravages. I might have to let the coast go, which I don't love, but I can deal with it later. So what's my second growth option? I think I want to gain presence so I can get to that 5 and reclaim 1. But I don't have enough cards there cheap to play with this. So actually I will go top. Getting 3 energy per turn is going to be a little bit better. I'll go in here because one of those is going to get destroyed. I get 1 energy, and then I get 3 from presence. I have 3 card plays, so let's go with Indomitable Claim, Boon of Growing Power, as well as Flow Down River, Blow Down Wind. Okay, and I think that that is okay. Alright, with Volcano, I'm going to go for a Growth 3. Let's gain the power card first. And I'm gonna have, well, I'll gain the energy first. I'm gonna have a decent amount of energy here. I do need 3 for Pyroclast Bombardment, so I'll have 4 left after that. So I could gain a major. And I think I want to. I'm gonna... more likely to get a defense card in the minor power deck. But majors are cooler. So let's... And they're more potential game-ending powers. So let's go major. Alright, Mist of Oblivion, and well, actually in this situation with All Things Weaken, it's not bad. And it can help me threshold Storm Swath. Do I want to threshold Storm Swath this turn? I kind of do, but I don't have the energy for it. Shoot, I messed up. Alright, well, I've already chosen cards, so... Infinite Vitality, Trees, Radiate Celestial Brilliance is not playable in this case. Well, I could use that to stop F2, actually. I'll defend 6. I skip the next build action. Yeah, it's not going to be enough defense. 3 fears in the fast, though, is not bad. Infinite Vitality is good, but I don't have a place to use that because I don't have the range for it. Trees and Stones speak of war. I can't threshold that, so... Interesting. I think... Probably just need to get Infinite Vitality. Yeah, I'll do Infinite Vitality. And I'll forget Gift of Constancy from discard. Mist of Oblivion is interesting. It's just a worse Storm Swath, but in this situation with All Things Weaken, it's not bad. But yeah, I'll forget that. Okay. Get 2 energy. So actually, no, I do have 7. For some reason, I thought I was going to have 6. So I can play Storm Swath, Pyroclast Bombardment, and the Shore Seeds with Hatred. Just enough energy for this. And as far as the presence that I'm adding, I'm going to... Let's see, if I go from bottom, actually, I do get an extra card play. Because I still have that presence to add. So I could play Hazard Spread. Potentially good. Yeah, let's do it. I'll go from bottom, I'll go over here, and I'll play Hazard Spread as well, in addition to these other cards. Might have to reclaim next turn, but that's okay. I get a lot of energy for it. And actually I could reclaim loop these top 3 cards. No, I can't quite do that. I don't have the energy for it, so... yeah, I think that's okay. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so sticking with this, I think I'm ready. So let's go into the fast powers. I've got a couple. So first, Pyroclastic Bombardment, I'm going to use here on this land. So 3 range. So it's 1 damage to each town city. They each have 1 health, so and it's an additional damage. So that's enough to destroy everything there. For 3 fear, which does push me into Terror level 2, and that's going to be great. Indomitable Claim, I'm going to use to go from top, I think, to unlock that extra plant. And go in here, so that's defended 20. Hazard Spread across the island. I'm going to use that to get an extra Badlands in here. And I guess I could just nuke that land. Do a quick volcanic eruption, maybe. Stops the city build, so that's okay. Yeah, let's just do a 2-presence eruption there. Nice small one. And I'll destroy both of these. Gets me 1 more fear. And that board's looking pretty clean, so that's not bad. Storm Swath is going to be massive this turn. Okay, yeah, I'm in decent position. So that was the eruption. And now we go to the Invader phase. So let's do the event. Please don't ruin me. Disillusion threatens. Spirits are losing awareness. I keep getting these Blighted Island cards. So Disillusion threatens. Spirits are losing awareness and control the pieces themselves. Each spirit chooses to accept the fragmentation, destroy 2 presents, adding wilds in place of each, or focus your will towards wholeness. Add 1 of your destroyed presents to 1 of your lands. Next turn, all of your powers are slow and cannot be made fast. I think I'm okay with that, just because I'm not going to have a lot of lands to worry about that are ravaging in the coasts. I cleaned up my coasts okay, and I'm going to clean them up more. So yeah, let's do that with Volcano at least. With Keeper, I don't have a lot of fast powers anyway. I do have Indomitable Claim though, but I think I might wipe this land out with Storm Swath. Shore Seeds and Storm Swath. I feel like I'm going to clean the coasts up this turn, so I don't know that I need to even worry about that. I might actually win the game in the fast phase this turn. Yeah, so Keeper, I'll do the same. I'll just I'll add a presence back, and I'll do it up here because I can still do my spreading hostility thing to do a damage somewhere, so I think that's okay. Alright, so all my powers next turn are slow. I can't make them fast, but I think that's fine. So next we get Explorer's Blunder. On each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Nothing happens. Lay ambushes during Ravage to Hun, deal damage at the same time as invaders. Okay. 2 fear cards. We're in Terror level 2. So Immigration slows. Skip the next normal build. Build card remains in place instead of shifting left. There we go. So it doesn't matter that I have slow powers next turn, because they're not going to Ravage next turn. Too many monsters. Each player removes 1 explorer and town from a land with beasts, or 1 explorer from a land adjacent to beasts. Perfect. So yeah, that stops that coastal build. Except that they're not building anyway. Alright, pretty good. Ravage. They do have 1 successful Ravage, so that'll be here. Which does destroy my presence, but that's fine. After that shifts over, they're going to have towns, or exports fuel inward growth, so that'll be here, here, here. It's very annoying, but it doesn't happen on this board because there are no adjacent towns to these lands. So Volcano's board is actually completely clean of invaders right now, which is awesome. Does not happen that often. And it's going to clean up a lot of Keeper's board this turn. Build card does not build. And then they're going to explore in wetlands with the escalation. Escalation, of course, going on Keeper's board. So yeah, that's my wilds there is going to stop the town explorer, which is great. Wilds is good against Scotland. And then we get the wetlands escalation. So my lands with the fewest towns. I guess here and here. I don't want to put them in the wetlands, so there and there. Okay, that's that. Now we go to slow powers. So I've got a couple cool things. I'm going to do Shore Seas with Hatred here for a Wilds and Badlands and a Fear. I'm going to do Powered by the Furnace of the Earth, so I'm going to add a Destroyed Presence. I think I will... I have a lot of Fire and Earth, so I'm going to also migrate 2 presents over here, so I'm starting to get a big stack. Hopefully you can see that on the Volcano cam now that I've moved away from board B. And I have 5 fire, so I'm going to return 2 of my destroyed presents back to my tracks. Let's just go from top, I think. It's fine. Now I'll go both bottom. Okay. I don't have the energy for a power card, but that is fine. I can do flow down river, blow down wind. So let's push a town somewhere. Push this coastal town into this land. Boon of Growing Powers going over to Volcano, so it gains a power card. Let's gain a major. No, I'll gain a minor. I'm not going to have a lot of energy. Anything that will let me clean this board up? Not quite yet. Terror Turns to Madness is okay. Haunted by Primal Memories. Nothing really good. Domesticated Animals go berserk. These are just fodder for forgetting for a major, because I don't really love any of them. So I'll just take Terror Turns to Madness, because it's another card that can help Threshold Stormswath. Got an energy. Okay. Now we do the cool thing, and we do a Stormswath. So 2 fear. I'm going to target this land. I have the Threshold, so I get an additional fear and +1 range, and it'll land adjacent to both origin and target, 1 damage to each invader, so that's going to be this land. So I'm doing these 3 lands, and it's going to completely destroy everything there, because the only thing that would survive normally is the city, but I have an extra damage from the Badlands there, so I will wipe these 3 lands out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fear. So 3, 5. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. I also do have Punish Those Who Trespass, so I can do 2 damage somewhere. So let's go ahead and use that into F6. 3 damage thanks to my Badlands. And 3 damage is enough to kill a city and a town right now. For 3 more fear. And suddenly, there's only 3 towns on the board. 4 towns on the board. Very close to winning. All my powers are slow next turn, but fortunately they're not going to build much. So, yeah, I'm in pretty decent shape. Man, I'm very close to winning Terror level 2. Hopefully I get some events that will, or some fear cards that will remove towns, because then I could potentially win before the Invader Freeze next turn. Yeah, that's fine. I can't even do an Explosive Eruption fast, but I could probably do a level 3 Explosive Eruption and wipe a lot of things out next turn. Yeah. Okay. So discard cards. Oh, I do have Spreading Wilds as well. I think I have the... not the 3rd level, but I've got the first 2 and the 3rd, so I can just add a wild somewhere. Let's keep putting these on the coast. And yeah, I'm good. Discard cards. And this is really kind of an exercise in cleanup. I mean, I do have to be wary. Scotland is going to get a bunch of towns on the board with their exploration step. So it's certainly not over, but the game feels pretty well in hand at this point. So growth options here, I'm going to go grow 3. I'm going to gain a major. See if I get anything good. Let's see, poison land. Now they are going to build one city at least in F7, but I'll be able to do an explosive eruption there if I want to. I can't play the Jungle Hungers. It's one that I can't. Ravaged Undergrowth Slithers back to life is neat. And I think I like it here, because there's enough blight on the board that it's got a lot of good targets. And I don't love the other options, so yeah. Let's go with Ravaged Undergrowth Slithers back to life. I'll just forget Terror Turns to Madness, probably. Yeah. Okay, got my 2 energy. Adding presence, I'll add from top. No, I'll go from bottom. I think that's fine. Let's go over there. Just in case, so I have some targeting over on that land. That board, I should say. I can kill both those towns. Okay, interesting. Alright, cool. So I get 2 energy from this as well. I'm going to play Ravaged Undergrowth Slithers back to life, which I've got good range from. Lava Flows, as well as Exaltation of Molten Stone. All my energy. Yeah, that's that. Then over with Keeper, I'm going to do Spreading Hostility, the Implacable and Spreading Enmity. I'm going to move these 2 presents up in here, do 2 damage in that land, and destroy both those towns. Thanks to all things weaken. Pretty good, destroying 2 towns again in the growth phase. And there are 2 towns on the board, 2 fear cards, terror level 2, so it is possible that I'm going to be able to clean this up. Let's go for a card gain as well. Well, maybe I'll reclaim. I can probably Threshold Indomitable Claim. No, I don't have the Earth for that. And I don't need Indomitable Claim yet, so yeah, let's go for a power card. Gonna gain a minor. And I've got Wait for What Is Lost, Desiccating Winds, Elusive Ambushes, and Infested Aquifers. Let's go for Elusive Ambushes. Okay. I get 3 energy. And I'll play my 2 cards. Alright, and I'm ready to go. So let's go to the Invader phase. I have no fast powers thanks to last turn's event, so I've got an event here. It's not a Blighted Island one, thankfully. So I've got Wavering Resolve, remove 1 health worth of invaders per power card in play that generates fear. Okay, I have 1, 2. So I can remove both these towns, and that means that I win, thanks to all things weaken. So that's pretty cool. I just happen to have enough. I had 2 power cards in play that generate fear, and since those towns have 1 health each, I was able to remove each of them. And the board is looking very, very clean. This is going to be a Terror level 2 victory against Scotland 6, which I think is unusual. They put a lot of towns out there. But Volcano seems very, very strong against them. And really, Spreading Hostility of the Forbidden Wilds also seems really good against Scotland 6. I think Keeper in general probably is. but even with this aspect, seemed good. So that was a fun one. I do enjoy playing against Scotland 6. I think Scotland is probably my favorite adversary because it enables like a lot of different strategies. It doesn't take any particular spirit out. Um, and Volcano seems really, really strong against them, especially with this particular setup. So yeah, that helped quite a bit. But even if the volcano, if you're not placing the volcano in that land, you can still kind of combo. Um, you could probably combo Pyroclast Bombardment and an Eruption to destroy those two cities in the second turn, regardless of whether your volcano is in that mountain or not. So I think it's just probably a good matchup. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. This one is one that I had a lot of fun with. I like this combination of spirits. They help each other out just enough with extra energy gain and extra card gain and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, let me know what you think about this combination in the comments below. I've got one game left in this series, and it's going to be a true solo game with Volcano against the newest adversary, the Habsburg Mining Expedition, also known as Salzburg. So we'll take that on and see how it goes. Thanks you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see everybody next week.